Hey, just making some improvements here. So around the pond, and what I'm trying to do is fill in this wet area here and back and behind so that I have only one little brook path here going through here and around over there. So we see what it looks like when I'm done. This is what the woods used to look like. I've been cutting everything up in small pieces, and you can see what I've been doing over here. Stack it all, put it in the hole, and same thing here. There was a big hole full of water next to this tree, and then you can see here what I'm doing is making a dam, and this is a big wet hole here. I'm filling that in with trees, and then what I'll do is I'll scoop all this moss. So this is actually just floating moss in the pond, and once I put it on top of this, it'll just be green. So it'll look just like nature did it. There's a cleaned up area. Got that whole area cleaned up, and I got my pond all cleaned up. So what I did here is I've got this nice little maple growing in the middle of the pond here, and so I'm kind of trying to reinforce. I'll eventually kind of try to build up a little island in the middle there, and maybe I'll plant some other stuff in there. So I've basically delineated this little pond, kind of a wet area, and I had a bunch of logs here that I'd been just piling here for this purpose. Some trees that were down here. So anyways, what I did is I cut them all up, put them in the middle of this pond, and then I got this the little brook redefined here, I guess. So I've always wanted to kind of S down from the pond here and just kind of zigzag through and over this way. And this area here is going to be another little pond, I guess. And then eventually I'll build up this area here with more material. And you can see the brook flowing nicely through there, down through here. It had actually stopped flowing. And then what I've been doing is I've been adding some trees in here. So this is a little non-native to Nova Scotia. It's a cedar. It grows in New Brunswick, but not Nova Scotia, or not in this area anyways. And then I've got one of them there, and I got a little weeping willow tree here. And so this guy will get huge. He'll eventually kind of be the main feature of this pond area here. And you can see it's kind of a nice, really nice spot. I've made a temporary bridge, so don't say it's ugly. I already know it's ugly because it's temporary. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bridge as the infrastructure to build a proper, really nice. I want to make something really nice here. So this is just something temporary, just to get across, and then I'll be able to build from this bridge. So I'll be able to make a nice structure here, something with rocks on this end, and then walk on this while I make the two side pieces, and then cover it with some boards. So, and then what I've been doing with these logs, as you can see, here's one that Jack Jr. helped me with, my son. So this is all just basically rotting logs. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. So I basically had to make a trail to get the tractor in here, because Tigger, the tractor, it's fairly tippy, and this pallet I've been using a lot. This is kind of my giant bucket pallet, And you can see tools. This, I use it for transporting tools, but also when I'm chipping, I'll chip everything into this pallet, and then I can dump the entire pallet wherever I want. So it's super convenient. That's how I got all these wood chips here in here. They actually came from across the road down the hill. So this entire area here was same as over there, just a bunch of logs. And maybe better here. So same here. This was kind of an ugly area. I wanted to build it up a little bit, but you can see the log here underneath. So and this is probably just over one of those buckets, giant bucket anyways, full. So this basically what this is. And I've done the same thing. The entire trail has actually been done this way. This is the tractor trail. So this is slowly done with the backhoe and rake, and so this is actually sloped. So just kind of level it off. Take your time. So when I'm quarrying here, some of this stuff, what I do is I get the big rocks and then the smaller rocks. So I put down the big rocks first, kind of as a foundation, and I just come in with smaller rocks and then a little bit of gravel on top. So that's the rest of the trail here. And you can see this was a very wet area, and it basically, what I did is I put a bunch of big logs here from this tree, actually right here, fairly big tree. That's like a 12-inch tree. So I got a bunch of those logs under here on the side, and some of them stacked this way, and then there's a bunch of wheelbarrow dumps here, and this will stop this whole area from being wet. This here is a really gorgeous area of the pond. What I did over the winter is I cut all the little trees, so you can see a bunch of the little trees they're growing. And they were growing everywhere in here, so I cut them all. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting a lot of this brush here because the pond is frozen. I can walk on it. Where normally in the summer this would be kind of a muddy area, so I can thin this out and open it up a little bit, increase the curb appeal of the pond.
So that's ice all the way up there, and much to my dismay I'm standing on ice. Yucky. Little island in the middle, and there in the distance, oh, I gotta get over here for you to see it, is the truck through the woods there. So I'm gonna zoom back out. You can see how far. There's the house. So good ways in. We're hoping to make a skating rink to go all the way around this little island. He's noisy when he wants me to videotape. I hope he doesn't fall through. Fingers crossed he doesn't. It's probably me that will. Anyway. There he goes.
There's one left here, but I cut a whole bunch of those little trees, threw them in there, and there were some dead logs in here, fallen trees. So I put it all in this little island in the middle. And then you can see on top, I've basically scooped up a bunch of the moss, like this green moss that you see down here. Just scooped it up and then put it on top. And it's growing on top of the mound, so it looks pretty cool. So that should be a nice nicer every year. It'll just kind of decompose and fall down, and I don't know. I'll put maybe an apple tree there or something in the middle, something that likes a lot of water. I don't want to put a weeping willow because it'll shade too much the area, but and then it's kind of funny. You see that area over there, looks like just moss and stuff. That there's actually 2 feet of water there, or a foot and a half at least. So the same as here, there's a foot and a half of water. So gorgeous little area. I mean, this is the dream piece of land for us. We couldn't have dreamed of ever owning a property like this. Definitely a blessing from above. Let's see. And maybe this winter I'll do some more clearing in here, and then eventually open it up like a little skating rink through the woods, right? That would be really cool. A little skating area in the wind for the 2 weeks in the winter when it freezes. This is the view from the bridge. Love this area here. This is kind of a neat feature here. So I don't know if you guys can see that tree. That looks like a dead tree, but it's actually alive. It's a hemlock. And it's got a branch here going, and then this branch here going. It's really, really cool. But those are the kinds of features that I absolutely love to have on our land, right? It's actually that tree that fell and it just kind of survived, and really cool. This tree was really neat. This was a hemlock that was alive until maybe 3 years ago, and it was all full of those holes from the woodpecker, but it just hung in there somehow, and then finally gave out. So I'm definitely going to leave him there. It's kind of gnarly and cool. He's got all these cool holes on him, right through him, all the way to the top. And because it's a hemlock tree, I mean, it's likely to be here for another, I don't know, 10, 15 years easily. So this is the area on the other side of the bridge. It's really, really cool. Nice green, mossy area everywhere. There's the bridge. And I got this little knoll here with some stone. Little cliff face here, really cool. And the vegetation is neat too. I got some kind of fern here that grows up on the cliff here. My wife would know what it is, but anyways. And this is sort of where my land ends. So my land is on the left side of basically the stump here. This kind of goes through, right through there. My house is just to the left. There's some more piling. So this is highly recommend this technique, guys. It's a really great way to fill in some holes in your woods. And then if you can put wood chips on it, great. If not, just leave it. What will happen is all these little pine needles you see, they'll just eventually cover this. This will decompose and it'll just fade into the background. But then you get this kind of a clean, almost like a camping park look, So back to the pond. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that little video of little tour of the land here, 2023. I've been doing a lot of work with these trails, and then maybe someday when I get the tractor trails complete, I'll just do a ride on video with the tractor, just ride through the entire land here. So I should have a couple thousand feet of tractor trails by the time I'm done. So the whole goal of the tractor trails is to be able to get to anywhere on the property with the tractor and pick up firewood. So I mostly burn just dead trees, there's a lot of birch tend to die at a young age, so I've been burning a lot of birch, some maple I got from the neighbors. When I'm out of birch and a lot of oaks, dead oaks. So when I'm out of all the dead trees, then I'll start doing pollarding and coppicing. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy that little video, and bye for now.